The Soviet Union collapsed from the Cold War, and with it, the birth of Ukraine. Ukraine is without resources, infrastructure, or leadership. The only thing that Ukraine had going for them was nuclear weapons, 1,700 of them. More countries with nuclear weapons meant higher chances of a trigger being pulled. So Ukraine, Britain, United States, and Russia signed a non-proliferation nuclear weapons agreement, along with the Budapest Memorandum, allowing Ukraine complete claim to its sovereign territory. In exchange, all its nuclear weapons. Prior to the fall of the USSR, the KGB was the sword and shield of the Communist Party. After its fall, an ex-KGB officer, Vladimir Putin, would become president with the sole goal of rebuilding the USSR. Ukraine held an election. Yushchenko, supporting democracy, was challenged by pro-Russian Yanukovych, who was supported by Russia. The race is close, and Yushchenko was then poisoned by an assassination attempt. Yanukovych is declared president. Yet the public protest, known as the Orange Revolution, demanded a recount. The recount showed Yushchenko won. The world stood by and watched Ukraine stand for itself. Yushchenko would recover, though never fully, and lead Ukraine towards democracy. Ukraine applied to NATO against Russia's protest, but was denied. Many reasons are given, but light talks are kept for future applications. Ukraine falls into a recession with no support from the West. Feeling abandoned, Ukrainians decide to look towards different approaches for economic security. Pro-Russian Yanukovych runs again for president and wins by 3%. Yanukovych wastes no time pulling Ukraine from trade and association talks while reviving economic ties to Moscow. Russian separatists are invited into the country, and they take over Crimea. Ukrainians took to the streets, resulting into the Kiev Maidan Square protest, with over 100 deaths and hundreds of injuries. Yanukovych would be ousted as a traitor and flee to Russia for safety. Russia would waste no time annexing Crimea and sending its military to secure the territory. Zelensky would become president with the goal of ending the civil war in eastern Ukraine that expanded after Crimea. Zelensky would plead with NATO to allow Ukraine entrance. Russia responded to this appeal by sending masses of soldiers to Ukraine's borders. Ukrainian and Russian diplomats would meet for months, but couldn't come to an agreement. All Ukrainian government websites are hacked with a single warning: be afraid and expect the worst. The Budapest Memorandum is forgotten. Invading from the north, east, and south, Ukraine is declared war by the second strongest military in the world.
Очень сложно разговаривать, когда ты видишь то, что они тут натворили. И ежедневно, понимаете, там находятся люди в бочках, в погребах и так далее, задушенные і просто замучені. Те, що ви сьогодні тут знаходитесь і бачите, що відбулося, ми знаємо тисячі людей вбитих і закатованих з відрубаними кінцівками, зґвалтовані жінки, вбиті діти. Я думаю, що це більше, ніж це є кіно.